Thank you, Andy, and thank you everyone for attending today's webinar on the fundamentals of E&M auditing. So today you'll learn the tools needed to audit evaluation and management services. You'll also master the documentation guidelines for these services while receiving a breakdown of the differences between 1995 and 1997 guidelines. We'll discuss the fine line and documentation guidelines and also evaluate examples of evaluation and management cases. So we'll go ahead and get started. So there are 7 components of an E&M code. The 3 key components are what most of us focus on, and these include the history, physical examination, and the medical decision making. Next, you have your other contributing factors such as time, counseling, coordination of care, and the nature of presenting problems or your chief complaint. So here are a few examples of what a chief complaint could look like. So here's the first example. We have a 52-year-old male presents today with severe abdominal pain. A 76-year-old female presents today for a screening colonoscopy. An 80-year-old female presents with asthma, GERD, and shortness of breath. So it is not sufficient documentation for a chief complaint to only list follow-up. And I know we all see that a lot on our documentation, but that's not sufficient documentation. So in documenting history, the chief complaint requires the reason for the encounter, the history of present illness, a description of the patient's illness or injury, the review of systems or answers to the questions related to the body systems, and your PFSH are the past medical, family, and social history. Let's start with HPI, or history of present illness. All of the history of present illness must be documented by the provider. Now there are 8 elements of HPI, and here are examples of each. Location could be cervical pain. Quality could be pressure, stabbing, dull, itchy. Severity could be worsening, intractable, 9 on a scale of 1 to 10. Duration, the pain started 4 days ago. Timing, during sleep, comes and goes. Context, the patient fell down the steps or was injured running in a marathon. Modifying factors, ice and heat did not help. Over-the-counter medications were taken. And associated signs and symptoms, chest pain, nausea, vomiting,